Chapter 3 of Lyrical Ballads, 1798. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Verity Kendall. Lyrical Ballads, 1798, by Samuel Taylor Coleridge and William Wordsworth. Lines left upon a seat in a yew tree, which stands near the lake of Esthwaite, on a desolate part of the shore, yet commanding a beautiful prospect. Nay, traveller, rest! This lonely yew tree stands far from all human dwelling. What if here no sparkling rivulets spread the verdant herb? What if these barren boughs be not love's? Yet, if the wind breathe soft, the curling waves that break against the shore shall lull thy mind, by one soft impulse saved from vacancy. Who he was that piled these stones, and with the mossy sod first covered o'er and taught this aged tree, now wild, to bend its arms in circling shade, I well remember. He was one who owned no common soul, in youth by genius nursed, and big with lofty views, he to the world went forth, pure in his heart, against the taint of desolate tongues, against jealousy and hate and scorn, against all enemies prepared, all but neglect, and so, his spirit damped, at once with rash disdain he turned away, and with the food of pride sustained his soul, in solitude. Stranger, these gloomy boughs had charms for him, and here he loved sit, his only visitants a straggling sheep, the stone chat, or the glancing sandpiper, and on these barren rocks, with juniper, and heath, and thistle, thinly sprinkled o'er, he fixed his downward eye, he many an hour a morbid pleasure nourished, tracing here an emblem of his own unfruitful life, and lifting up his head, he then would gaze on the more distant scene. How lovely 'tis, thou seest, and he would gaze till it became far lovelier, and his heart could not sustain the beauty still more beauteous. Nor that time would he forget those beings, to whose minds, warm from the labours of benevolence, the world, and man himself appeared a scene of kindred loveliness. Then he would sigh, with mournful joy, to think that others felt what he must never feel, and so, lost man, on visionary views would fancy feed, till his eyes streamed with tears. In this deep vale he died, this seat his only monument. If thou be one whose heart the holy forms of young imaginations have kept pure, stranger, henceforth be warned, and know that pride, howe'er disguised in its own majesty, is littleness; that he who feels contempt for any living thing hath faculties which he has never used; that thought with him is in its infancy. The man whose eye is ever on himself doth look on one, the least of nature's works, one who might move the wise man to that scorn which wisdom holds unlawful ever. Oh, be wiser thou! Instructed that true knowledge leads to love, true dignity abides with him alone, who in the silent hour of inward thought can still suspect and still revere himself in lowliness of heart. End of lines left upon a seat in a yew tree, which stands near the lake of Esthwaite, on a desolate part of the shore, yet commanding a beautiful prospect. Recording by Verity Kendall.